Hi, my name is Rosalie Desmond and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Australia. Today I am bringing you the latest in the Christmas Stampathon 2019. So for the April challenge, we have this photo as our inspiration. And here's the card that I've made. Now I've used the At Home With You stamp set from the 2018 to 2019 annual catalogue and the At Home framelit dies. The DSP I've chosen to use for this card is the Wood Textures 6x6 DSP, which can be found on page 191. So first of all, I've stamped up the door on one of the pieces of DSP, and while I had the DSP out, I made a second one. The next thing I did was grabbed a piece of scrap Whisper White and inked up using Garden Green the Christmas tree. Finding the coordinating framelits for this set, I've lined them all up, cutting out some holes for my window and pop them through the Big Shot. Using a Real Red Stampin' Write marker, I have highlighted the baubles on the little Christmas tree from this set, just to give a pop of red. I've then grabbed a scrap of Real Red cardstock grabbed the bow from my stamp set, inking it up in Real Red and placing it on the door. So with my scrap of Real Red cardstock, I'm gluing that behind the window just to give another pop of red. Using a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock, I've used half of an A4 sheet of paper and folded it in half. This gives me quite a good card base to work from. Real Red cardstock 14.9 centimetres by 9.5 centimetres and a Whisper White 14.9 centimetres by 8.5 centimetres. And I'm gluing the two pieces of paper together to give me some layers, trying to make them as even as I can as I go along. And now I'm popping those pieces of paper onto my card base. And gluing the door down as well. Now I like to use Tombow mono adhesive because it's a liquid glue. I've got a bit of wiggle room. I've then grabbed some shimmery white embossing paste and just trying to give a little bit of snowy texture to the base of my card. Now the embossing paste doesn't really take a great deal of time to dry. Can get a little messy, but it's very easy to clean up as well. Now the next thing I'm doing is grabbing the Merry Christmas sentiment. Now this stamp set has a wide variety of sentiments that you can use for different occasions, but in this case I'm using Merry Christmas. I've decided to put it on an angle just to give it a little bit of difference on my card. Using Stampin' Dimensionals, this time I've used mini dimensionals. If you don't have mini ones, feel free to cut them to the right size and just pop that down on my embossing paste. The embossing paste at this stage is actually still just a little wet. It's mostly dry, so I'm just being a bit careful not to touch things. Anyway, they're my cards for today. I hope you're enjoying it. Feel free to join us with the challenge. The link will be below. Until next time, happy crafting.